Welcome to Manhattan, Kansas, where you'll hear EMAW, every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child love the Kansas State Wildcats. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. First down here for the offense. With jet sweep pass. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up. See that maize in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen.
And it's slipped out. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back.
Man, that's a big mistake. And listen, force feed my playmakers. If I'm that quarterback, I'm that OC, I'm walking over to that guy and be like, listen, it's okay. It's a little bit of a mistake. We're still going to find ways to get you the rock. You're too important to this team not to give you the football.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Here comes the offense on second down. Looking for a man. It's Warren. Makes the grab.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Edwards. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. On 1st down, here comes this offense. The give to the left side. Open space at the 25. Off he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Getting set for the point after. Splits the uprights. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. Still on his feet at the 40. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
Quickly complete. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Back to throw, it's Warren. Swings it out to the flat. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Everybody on the same page there on blitz pickup, right? Offensive line, everybody communicating, understanding where they have to work to give their QB time to make an accurate throw and pick up the first.
The Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got enough space. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneak wedging himself into the line. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. He'll go to the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And it was finished off with the quarterback sneak. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Johnson looking to throw. Working that left side now. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Michigan 14, Kansas State 7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Lockett. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Quick touch pass to the receiver. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Looking for a big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Man, they can barely see the 1st down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Bringing it back. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. On the move to the 30. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Back to throw, it's Warren. It's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Hey guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
And the Wolverines look to do some damage in the red zone. They'll give it to the back. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Wolverines in the hurry-up. Finds him out of the backfield. Touchdown, Michigan! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
And I love the wheel route. I love calling it because most of the time, I'm going to get my running back, who's a fast athlete, in space against a linebacker or somebody who can't catch him. Nice play design, nice job throwing it out in front of him. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break.
42, Spider.
Johnson wants to throw it. Using the quick game. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover a back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs.
325.
Quarterback checking the play. He'll come out throwing on first down. He turns that loose down the right side. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. The snap sets up the throw. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Johnson looking to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
This is a 3rd and long. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lockett. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He wants to pass it on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Ready up.
3rd and goal, where the strong come through.
Set. Hut.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Kansas State.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they finished it off with the score from the 4. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw, it's Warren. It's complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Looking to go up top on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. On target over the middle. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Michigan 21, Kansas State 14.
And the Wolverines will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Take over. 1st and 10.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Got the first down and more. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Takes the handoff. It's Giddens. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
4th down.
They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what...
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk. But this has been a very close game. They're up by 4 over Vanderbilt. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires downfield. He makes a catch. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. All these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Get set, get set.
He's looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this offense has got to find a way to get some gimmies, some layups, some screens. They need some yak, some yards after the catch. They got to find some guys that can make some plays for this offense because it's just boom or bust. There's not a lot of consistency. They got to put some first downs together, put some drives together, be more consistent.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast.
Tuna, tuna. Terrier, terrier. Ready.
From the gun, wants to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Giddens. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down.
One thing you can never take for granted defensively is the ability to make tackles in space. That was not easy. That's a running back catching the ball out on the perimeter of the field on third down. He's used to making people miss and looking silly. Great job using fundamentals to get him down, setting up fourth.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Got a man. It's Edwards. Across the 25. He's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man quickly. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. DB's right up on the receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Michigan 28, Kansas State 14.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the score. He's taking the shot. Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. Scanning the field, it's Warren. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Wants to pass it. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it on the outside, it's Edwards. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the right. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing to convert on 4th.
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. You can't win by enough. Gotta look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense, Palmer.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Past the 30. Oh, look out! He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Kansas State.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. On the move, it's Giddens. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
And they swarm him under.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Trying to slam in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
On to attempt to try. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Hawaii is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Oahu, one of the more majestic places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Colorado State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Touchdown Wolverines! And they take it in for 6 more points. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, Michigan.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Kansas State, 21.
K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown, Michigan! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a deep. They put another score on the board as they